Hey guys, Scare9 here, welcome back to my channel today, and once again today we're going to be having another one of these controversial discussions in this video, and I absolutely love these types of videos. We've done a couple of them so far, but this is really what I want my channel to be about. I don't want it just to be me talking into a microphone, giving my opinions, and you guys kind of taking those and following them blindly. That is not constructive or helpful to anyone or any community or any game ever. My thoughts are not your guys' thoughts. We should be able to take each other's opinions and make a more accurate, overall, better opinion regardless who you agree or disagree with. So in this video, we're going to be discussing, is it alright that Eververse is selling a universally exclusive exotic emote themed after Iron Banner? I asked you guys over on the community tab, over 1,100 people voted, and so far over 33% of people have said that Eververse exotic emotes are perfectly fine if they are sold like this, and 67% says that Eververse shouldn't be selling them, and that kind of seems like a landslide, very one-sided. But when we get into these comments, you'll find out that not a lot of people really care about them selling specific emotes that are only available through Eververse. It's more of the theme of the emote that matters, which is my personal standing point on them. In fact, I couldn't really find any comments that flat out said Eververse should not sell microtransaction only exotic emotes. I didn't see one person saying that. There were a couple like troll comments and stuff, but pretty much everyone seemed to be on the same side regardless of what they voted, which is really refreshing, and hopefully that can be a lesson to Bungie. So let's go ahead and take a look at this side that, you know, these emotes are fine, they can sell whatever they want, and this is pretty much wrapped up by Fireman's really good comment. It's super long. I'm gonna kind of do a synopsis of it just because it would be like a 5-minute segment on this comment alone. Essentially, he goes through saying that Bungie is a business. You know, they have contracts to fulfill with Activision. I'm sure the CEO of Bungie also has goals to hit. Their end goal at the end of the day will always be to make as much profit as possible for the owners, the shareholders, etc. And one way that companies have really become accustomed to, you know, really supplementing their salaries and their income from games is through microtransactions. And of course, we all know Bungie has elected to take this route through the Eververse system. Now, a lot of games are doing this, most notably Fortnite. They make millions of dollars every single day from that, and I totally agree. This is perfectly fine. You know, it's not included in the price of the game. As long as it has no base effect on how the game plays, it's absolutely fine. Now, one really interesting thing Sai said actually has to do with the price point. I'm going to read this word for word. However, a $10 price tag for a non-game changing emote that isn't obtainable through pure luck like the rest of the Eververse items is a bit steep. I think a $3 to $5 price point would be a lot more reasonable, and honestly, I could not agree with that sentiment more. $10 seems like a lot. In a game like Fortnite, it's a free game. This is the only way they make their money. You pay $20 for a skin, you pay $8 for an emote. That seems a little bit more acceptable because of course you don't pay for the base game. In a game like Destiny 2, where we have paid at least $100 to come this far for the 2 expansions and the base game, it's kind of absurd that they're charging $10 for an emote that probably only took a couple hours of manpower. They have a motion capture studio, so they just had to design it and put things over that. I can't imagine that's incredibly intensive. I obviously do some very similar graphics with my intros and my stuff for my stream. I know how tracing works, and for me, an inexperienced YouTuber, it only takes a couple of hours. So putting it in the game, formatting it, getting it in a motion capture studio, I personally feel like, and of course this is just my opinion based on assumptions, but that really can't take too long, especially not for a AAA game studio with so many people working on their animation team. And I feel like a $10 price point is absolutely too high. I definitely agree with you, Sai. I think that comment pretty much hits the major business aspect on the nose. It's very important to consider that when discussing these types of things, but other than that, pretty much every other comment on my post really agrees. I have a ton here. I'm going to read some of them. I'm going to list off some other people, but let's just go through these. Anderp says, I bought the emote. I've told everyone that asks about it that it's overpriced, but to buy it if they really want it. If it was a level 50 reward like Zavala's ship, I'd be pretty happy. I bought it because Destiny is the only game I really play, so I don't mind, but it sucks for those who play other games. Next, we have Sagittarius. I think for most emotes, it is okay for Eververse to sell them. I'm not 100% on them, but for most, it's okay. Although I think that that emotes that should and could clearly be behind a gameplay grind or whatever should not be in there. For instance, the Iron Banner emote. It could have totally been in Lord Saladin's ranks. Same thing with the Faction Rally emotes. Let's hope those aren't behind Eververse as well. Now we have Harry Spencer. If it was a random emote like a dance or something, that would be okay. But exploiting an in-game event like Iron Banner is too far. And this goes on and on and on. We have Reese Francis, Arlo, Scarab Jr., Morgan and Maddie, and tons of other people with the same sentiment. And this is exactly what I feel as well. In my opinion, and in most of our opinions, it looks like it is perfectly fine for Bungie to put emotes behind this price wall. They don't affect the game. They obviously put work into them. And like Sai brought up, they do have to supplement their income somehow. However, it is not okay in our opinions, and in my opinion, and pretty much everyone I've talked to's opinions, to do something that could very clearly be gameplay based. I'm not saying the Iron Banner emote should be super easy to get. Rank 50, even to me, seems a little bit easy. Maybe make it behind rank 100. Iron Banner is something the best of the best should have to grind for to get the top tier rewards. But since there's things like the Ragetrix's Claymore in the game that people can already grind for, make it an emote. Make it something that doesn't heavily impact the game. But if you put the time into Iron Banner, especially because it doesn't affect your Valor or Glory rankings, you need something to show that, and a 35 level ship really isn't that cool. Give us an emote at level 50, at 75, at 100, whatever. Don't lock it behind Eververse. That is not okay. I know for 100% of a fact, if they would have done the raid emote like this, people would be furious. That is an end game level activity, just like Iron Banner, and all themed things after that activity should be earnable through playing in that activity. And I'm not trying to get super pissed off. I'm not trying to get really ranty, but that's just the way it should be. And I really hope Bungie looks at our feedback, says that they really understand it, and shows us by maybe implementing this into the loot pool next time Iron Banner rolls around and giving a refund to people who bought it. I don't think it's right to exploit your in-game activities, especially some of the pinnacle activities of your game, to get people to buy emotes. If you want to put the selfie emote behind a $10 paywall, that's still a bit steep, but go ahead and do it. People are going to buy it. It'll help you make some money on the side, fund future live events, fund more stuff, fund accessory game studios, things like that. But it shouldn't be things that very clearly were meant to come from the loot pool and then were pulled out to make an extra buck. And that's just my 2 cents. I'm really, really glad everyone seemed to be on the same page with this. I do like hearing opposing viewpoints and getting more opinions and stuff, but something like this that is so polarizing, in my opinion, it's just really nice to see people cut the bullshit out where just like, they're just going, fuck you, Bungie, and all that kind of stuff, and really come together, discuss this, and try to fix the game instead of just breaking it down. There's no reason for that. This is constructive criticism at its finest. I love it. I'm glad we could all have a great conversation. And hopefully Bungie looks over Reddit, all over YouTube, all over my videos, all over other people's videos, and they realize this is not what people expect of them, and we hope they can do better. But that's pretty much where I'm going to end the video. If you did not participate in that poll or you have anything to add, of course, leave it down in the comments section. I'm extremely interested. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and share it with your friends. If you're interested in watching either of the 2 videos on screen, you can click their respective invitations to be taken to them. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to hit the giant version of my logo on screen to be subscribed to my awesome Destiny 2 videos and live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video.